And I know I've talked about this plenty of times. When certain women come in the room and they present themselves, the whole room tighten the fuck up. The whole room listens. Pay attention. Doing things before that woman even see what's going on. To make sure the whole presence is straight. Also a feel of protection. Like, yo, you can walk in this space. Everybody got you. Don't worry about it. We're pulling out the seats, the chairs, the doors, whatever. You demand that without even saying it. That's what Taylor gets when she comes in the room. When you have a woman like Joy that comes in the room, you open up the door, she doesn't even acknowledge that. She comes in the room and she finds everything wrong with everything. So guys tend to just walk off and walk away from it. If she ever gets into a complication with somebody else, guys just turning around and minding their business. Because they know if they save you, you'll have a problem with something that they did that saved your life. You'll still have a gripe and complain because your mindset is so dark that all you see is negative in your life.
We don't see women carrying themselves in a royal manner no more. You know, we hardly see that. And so that's where, you know, that conversation comes in of, you know, these two women that were just together on a podcast and one of them left the podcast, distanced herself from the other one. Taylor Rooks left that podcast and distanced herself from Joy Taylor significantly. And now she's married. And you got Joy Taylor. What's going on, Sister Mila Renee? And you got Joy Taylor out here, you know, going from podcast to podcast on her Miss Andrews tour. So we're going to go ahead and talk about our good sister Taylor Rooks real quick. And then we're going to bust it down with Joy Taylor.
Night that you've ever had? Like, the guys want to know, like, what do we got to do to court Taylor Rooks?
I mean, I have many a favorite date night.
Okay.
I'm very in love and very loved.
Yes.
And so, I don't know, I feel like any time it is just like thoughtful and sweet. I love when we do little cute private dinners, like we have somebody come and cook, or like once we did like a drive-in theater, we like rented a car and it was like a cute moment. I really enjoy just like being with my partner. There's like not a specific extravagant thing that I want. I want good conversation and I want to feel taken care of.
Bruh, God, the energy just jumped off the screen.
It's
Even
different.
Are you kidding me?
It's different.
It's different, dog.
It's God damn it, it's sparkly and shit.
You feel me?
I'm sorry. It's like, how do you not just want to be there?
Come on, man. Don't the energy just jump off the screen? When
they talk about that aura, when they talk about charisma, that magnetic personality, when they talk about people who, you know, people just want to be around them. They have that kind of energy and atmosphere. That's it. You can't touch it. You can't taste it, smell it, nothing. It's intangible. Yeah. But when it's there, it's undeniable.
Yes. Okay. Now hold on.
It's gravity.
But hold on now, because I'm gonna give you the other end of the spectrum. That was joy. That was joyous, right? That was joy to the world. Now I'm gonna give you the goddamn the Black Flag song. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm gonna give you the Black Flag.
Less interested in religious men, if I'm being honest with you. You hit me with the man of God thing. I'm just saying, if that's the first thing that you bring to the table, it's a red flag for me. I'm not saying that if you believe in God that you are a red flag. I also don't give a fuck. So just tell somebody else about it.
Can we just keep it a buck? If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want. Fine, funny, fucking money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't because women this and men this, you're moving forward with this person.
I think someone that is intentional. I don't like goofy shit. I'm a Capricorn. I got a lot of shit going on. I got a schedule. I have, businesses. I've got a show I have to do every day. I cannot stand changing up energies. It's not good for me. Like, you have to be consistent. You got to be intentional. I always say I'm a Shalanti ass bitch. I am not nonchalant. I'm very much chalant. I'm a chalanty.
I say that all the time. I say I'm chalant.
Chalant me the fuck out.
Yeah.
This laid back shit. Don't be thirsty.
Yeah.
But don't be laid back. And don't tell me I'm being difficult, because plenty of men have figured it out. I talk for a living. I'm a communicator.
Absolutely.
I can't really do the like 2-word answers on stuff. I'm not if I have to carry the conversation, I mean, shit.
Are you
I'm the interesting one here.
Yeah.
This woman makes my ass itch, bro. Like, yo, it's just some shit. She's like fingernails on a chalkboard every time she speaks, dude. Like, god damn, can you? I don't know if you can be more of a turnoff to that. I mean, her demeanor is so unpleasant. She barely smiles. Mila Renee just said it. She just spoke a whole lot of goofy shit. She just talks stupid for no apparent reason. She is always seething with this hatred and vitriol. It just sounds like a goddamn 6-headed beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what is wrong with this woman, but she sounds like she's got something stuck up her ass. I don't know. Joy giving me a headache. I can't believe people pay it to listen to her. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Keita know what's up. My head explodes.
They pay to look at her. That's what that is.
It's them titties. Let's just keep it up. You know what I'm saying? If Joy Taylor got a breast reduction today, would anybody really watch her? Does anybody care what she has to say about sports? And then when she starts talking about other things, you find out who she really is. I actually used to watch her. I thought she had some pretty good takes on sports. Then I started finding out about all this misandrous, man-hating shit she got going on. And that's when I was like, oh, hell no, I can't fuck with this bitch at all. I'll park the Chevy, but just talk to me about, I know y'all felt the energy switch. Who's wife in that? Fuck out of here, man.
I think, you know what's so funny? You would think that Taylor's name would be Joy and Joy would be Taylor, because Taylor has more joy than Joy herself.
Joy has no joy.
Exactly. So the thing about it is, the irony behind it is, you notice how, and we talked about, and I know I've talked about this plenty of times. When certain women come in the room and they present themselves, the whole room tighten the fuck up. The whole room listens. Pay attention. Doing things before that woman even see what's going on. To make sure the whole presence is straight. Also a feel of protection. Like, yo, you can walk in this space. Everybody got you. Don't worry about it. We're pulling out the seats, the chairs, the doors, whatever. You demand that without even saying it. That's what Taylor gets when she comes in the room. When you have a woman like Joy that comes in the room, you open up the door, she doesn't even acknowledge that. She comes in the room and she finds everything wrong with everything. So guys tend to just walk off and walk away from it. If she ever gets into a complication with somebody else, guys just turning around and minding their business. Because they know if they save you, you'll have a problem with something that they did that saved your life. You'll still have a gripe and complain because your mindset is so dark that all you see is negative in your life. Mind you, isn't this the same woman that was dug out by Emmanuelacho? The same woman that had multiple affairs on the thing with a lawsuit with Skip Bayless? Isn't that?
No, hold on. Real quick, I hate to interrupt you in the middle, but I left that out.
Allegedly.
Let me bring it up. Allegedly. Let's not forget, this is other stuff that we're adding in because we're talking about character, right? The woman who's got all that slick shit to say and got all this attitude is also the woman who was named in a sexual assault and discrimination lawsuit for allegedly setting up her former hairstylist to get fired from FS1, right? And for also sleeping around the office to get jobs, allegedly. They say she banged Charlie, whatever his name is, Charlie Wilson, I think his name. No, not Charlie Wilson.
No, I think it's Nelson.
Forgive me, Charlie Wilson.
I think it's Nelson. Nelson, I
think. Somebody. He was the CEO.
He's the head director over everything.
Right. She was accused allegedly by her hairstylist, another woman. The women in the comments are dragging her, and she was also accused by another woman of being a slut. and banging her way into a job at the station, and then banging her way into a job on a show after she banged her way into a job at the station. So allegedly, she was also hopping around from dick to dick. I just wanted to go ahead and point that out. You can go ahead and continue, sir.
Yeah. So this is a woman that, and like a lot of women like her, they're very beautiful. Let's not take that away from her. But beauty does not get you to where you want to get to. So they're trying to use their, she's trying to use her pretty privilege to get the lifestyle that she wants. But guess what? If you're not operating in your right form, your right manner, and you don't know how to get things properly in the divine order of getting it, you're just going out there getting used. And that's what happens when a lot of women get used and abused. Now, all of a sudden, they hate men because they're not getting what they feel like the men, what they're deserving of from the men that they're giving it to. So you walking around and all you're doing is your body count is just it's escalating till now. Guess what? You're the talk and the chatter in the workplace romance. So now everybody knows you as, hey, you want some quick meat? Hey, let me go down there and holler at Joy right quick. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that people got to understand, where a lot of disdain come from a lot of women, is they don't know how to put themselves, assert themselves in the right direction to get what they want. And when they don't get it, then they turn around and be very bitter, like you see, Joy. And I'll land my plane on that.
Facts. And also, let me just add in there, you allegedly you get some of that ass if you're offering a job. That let's not leave that out. Go ahead, Bobby. Cook on that. That's what they say. That's the streets, not me. That's the streets. Go ahead, Bobby Drake. What's cracking?
All I got to say about her is, you're a foul one, Mrs. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mrs. Grinch. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote, stink, stank, stunk. Dr. Seuss must have looked into the future and must have seen Joy Taylor, because the inspiration, my God. I'm not gonna belabor the point with her. All I'm saying is I think it's very funny that she did get canned 6 months later, and supposedly when she was advised, hey, you know, you shouldn't be sleeping around with your bosses, that's not right. Apparently allegedly, again, because it's all allegations, nobody was here, no one saw anything, no recordings. But allegedly she said, I'm not worried about that, because if any of them try to even do anything, all I have to do is just call Me Too and say that they violated me. Well, 6 months later, that cat's out the bag. So looks like your parachute got a nice little rip in it. Won't be using that when you hop out the plane, I guess. So hey, couldn't happen to a worser piece of sludge. What I find very interesting, and you kind of touched on it a little bit, Ant, but there is a difference between true, and I think this is very important to get. I know this is geared towards the ladies. I understand, and I want to be said that I understand that a lot of sisters are having difficulty in this day and age with being in touch with being feminine. And I understand that, and I'm very sympathetic and compassionate to that. I am. Because there's a lot that has gone into stripping that away from women, our women in particular. There's a lot that's had to come to that. A lot of women, to circumstances that may not at all, or may not even in full, be their own fault, they've had to really tap into masculinity, or that's all they've had displayed for them. So they don't know what being a feminine woman is, what it looks like, how it feels, how it operates. And we spoke about this a little bit earlier. There's been a lot of predators that have tried to go ahead and use women for their own numbers, for their own ranks, for their own come up, the same way feminism did when they reached out to Black women saying, hey, come join us. You don't need to be linked up with your Black men, whatever. There's a lot of other movements that might not be feminist, but they try to go ahead and bolster their ranks by selling women what they're looking for. Right now, a lot of women are looking to get in touch with their femininity. And so there's a lot of movements, a lot of practices and whatnot that are saying, well, we can teach you how to tap into your femininity, and You can tap into your divine feminine, your divine femininity. We can show you how to be a proper woman. When it doesn't come from a right place, hear me, when it doesn't come from a right place, you will never get the proper outcome that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Something interesting, we hear a lot of women talk about how they want luxury. They want a soft life. They want top level this, excellent experiences. I don't know if anyone else picked up on that, but even though they weren't talking about the same thing, I want you to hear how Taylor Rooks was talking about how when they asked her, well, what kind of, what do you look for in a man, or how do you want to be treated?
Yeah.
She's talking about the kind of dates that she likes to go on or everything, or what it takes to, take her out, whatever. And she's talking about simple things. Now, of course, being at her salary level, that's going to put her at a different level of expectation than the average person. Obviously, some of these things I'll be able to court. But even the nature of what she's talking about, just going out to the movies or a drive-in, we rented a car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But even when she's talking about these upscale things, the way she's speaking about it, you can tell that her focus and fixation isn't on the renting of a car.
Right.
It's not on the rent of going to this place. But you can hear she's talking about it. It's a component of it. But that's not where the emphasis and the excitement is. You can hear that what she said is true. Her focus is the quality time spent with her man.
Yes.
Yeah, great dialogue.
Yes, rent a car. Yes, go out to maybe to south of France, something like that. She didn't say south of France, but yes, something extravagant. But it's less about that, but it's about the time spent with this person.
Mm-hmm. She said that. She made sure to make that distinction.
You listen, and you can also hear it, not just what she's saying, because people talk all day. Like Jesus said, talk is cheap. They sell it on eBay.
Yes.
But you can hear it in her voice. You can hear where her emphasis is at.
Yeah.
When you hear Joy Taylor talking about what she looks for in a man, first off, it's very convoluted. The water is very muddy.
It's all over the place.
And that's usually telltale of people that are scammers and hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to finesse. They're trying to get the biggest, the best, but they don't want to talk themselves out of more than that. So they'll say, I like this, but I also like this. It sounds confusing because she doesn't want to set a bar for herself.
Right.
She doesn't want to set the bar here and happen to mess out on the bar that's up here. So she's going to go ahead and play those word games where it's convoluted. But the only thing that you can hear is she has high expectations. What are they? She's not going to tell you because she doesn't want to cap herself.
Yeah.
And then it's the whole resting bitch face voice that she has the whole time. She sounds nihilistic as hell, as if life doesn't even do it for her anymore. She sounds dead inside. She really does. You can tell that all the joy in her life is stashed in her name. That's all the joy. We have to name our daughter this, because if we didn't name her this, what's going to be no joy anywhere else in her life? My God.
She's so miserable. And
that's actually hear it. And you can hear again the emphasis on what you're going to do for her. The emphasis on you're not going to bore me. I'm not with this and all the kind of stuff. Just again, two completely different methods.
Mm-hmm.
One focuses on themselves and what they can gain. The other focuses on the outward experience with others and the quality of that.
There you go.
Of properly feminine woman. I'm not a woman. I can't tell you how to be feminine. But from my observation, what I look for and what I've seen in the best women that I know, a properly feminine woman doesn't look inwards. She looks outwards.
Yeah.
She focuses on others, her experience and relationship with those, and the things that go to make those the best possible. That is a true hallmark of a feminine woman. You can't get there by being selfish. You can't get there by saying, I just want for me, me, me. You can't get there through that road. So I'm just going to park the box Chevy right there.
No, very well said, brother. And, this is where we are, man, where, we're in this bizarro land where, unfortunately, the women who are being platformed and exalted are the ones who are like Joy Taylor. Because my bet is that Taylor Rooks, they probably asked her to do some shit, aside from the fact that she has to be next to this toxic ass woman and she's finding out how toxic she is on the show. They probably asked her to say or do some shit on that podcast, and she was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's 9 times out of 10 what it is, because my wife works for, we have a salon, but my wife used to work for a beauty salon, and she they came there with their cameras and they wanted to make a reality show from the salon. You understand what I'm saying? And they started asking them, well, who is it here that you don't like? Who you got beef with? Is there anybody here you just want to cuss out? Is it what? You know, they manufacture all of this toxicity. A lot of it is not organic. I want everybody in the audience to feel me on this. When you see women just bashing men or men just bashing women on some of these podcasts, a lot of that shit is from the studio. The people behind the scenes tell them to do that shit so they can fuel this consistent gender war that we got going on out
there. There's money. We talked about this before with the whole purposely separating the households because you can get more money out of a split household than a single. We talked about that. But overall, and they learned that quick. It didn't take long. Once they started getting that first ball rolling, they realized that forget just keeping the household split.
Yeah,
we don't just want co-parenting or non-nuclear households. We want these people at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Again, there is if people really understood how much money, forget me, made. If people understood how much money was being invested, in keeping us at each other's throats, OMG. We're not talking about the revenue, the money people are taking out of their bank accounts, their trusts, their pockets, and pouring into being able to keep us at our throats.
Yeah,
our heads would do backflips and 360s.
It is wild, bro. Let me tell you, it's wild on another level. Conversations 2020.